Hey mamas, welcome to day 10 of our fall 2024 Postpartum Fitness Challenge. So we're 2/3 of the way in and we're gonna finish this third with a postpartum lower impact cardio workout. So I'm gonna give you lots of options, but we're changing it up and doing longer sets. So we've got 30 seconds of work, 10 seconds rest. So we're gonna get a little more work in there, get the heart rate up a little bit higher. Okay, let's get started with our first exercise. We're gonna do an alternating knee pull down. So you're gonna step forward, pull that knee to your chest, step back, and switch sides. So step, step, pull, step, step, pull. And I'm just reaching my arms up and across and then pulling down to that opposite hip. So you really want to pull the knee upward, getting that crunch in the abs. But if you can't quite crunch that high, if you're pregnant, you can always take it a little lower. Take out the arm reach if you want a little less impact. But we're going to incorporate a lot of movements using the upper and lower body and fusing them together. And that's what's going to give us that lift in the heart rate. Okay, 30 seconds is going to go by quick, but we're repeating this round. So next up is an inchworm plank. So come to the end of your mat, feet wide. We're going to crawl forward, hit that plank, crawl back through a squat, stand up. So you squat down, then crawl out and hit that plank. When you hit the plank, shoulders come over the wrists, abs tight, exhale, and brace that core. Make sure you're coming through a squat every time. So we're getting a little bit of mobility here. Great for that back body, great for the hips. Challenging the core and shoulders with that plank. Get as many as you can. It's only 30 seconds, so that means we can push the intensity. Okay, now we're gonna do a squat to calf raise, and we're gonna incorporate some arms, like I mentioned. So take the feet wide here, take a breath. We're gonna squat down, reach the arms up, and then calf raise, arms go down. So as you squat, you're sitting back and down into those hips. You're driving the hips forward and up and lifting onto those toes, using the arms to create a little bit of momentum. If you find the arms are a little too difficult, like if you don't have the mobility to do it and you're starting to drop your chest, go ahead and bring your arms here. But if your arms are here, make sure you have a long straight back here and you're not tipping from the hip. You're sitting in that squat, getting those legs going. That's gonna, again, drive up the heart rate. So next up to the floor, bear squat or a bear plank. So you're gonna begin in a plank. Exhale, feet just outside hips, hands under shoulders. We're gonna push back and exhale forward into that plank. Push back through the hips, exhale, find your plank. So we're getting the legs and the core and the shoulders. So really work that mobility here. As you get comfortable, start to speed it up. Always exhaling on that plank to engage the deep core. And picture shooting forward. So those shoulders come over those wrists and you're stopping by using that core. Now we're gonna do a lunge to front kick. So we're gonna stay on the right side and then we'll go to the left side for the next round. Take a breath, lunge, and then kick. So you can use your arms, kind of whatever you wanna do here. I just like to use kind of runner's arms and then throw this arm down as I kick. The legs, you want 90 degrees at the knees, and then kick. You can go low, you can go hip height. You don't really need to go high on the kick to get the benefits. Just forceful is more what you're going for here. Push out of that front heel, engage your glute, and squeeze as you stand up. We're gonna move to the floor and then we'll repeat on the other side. Lateral bear crawl. So come to the end of your mat, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Exhale, brace the core, and crawl across your mat. As many as you can get. Do that same amount back to the other side. So knees are low to the ground here. Brace that core and picture gliding across the mat. We want it really controlled here. Although it may feel a little bit spastic, you can always slow it down and get the technique first. Knees close to the ground and keeping the shoulders over wrists, and that alignment is so important. Now we're gonna repeat that lunge and front kick, other side. So I'll go ahead and show you from this side profile. Stepping back with just the left leg, kicking with that left leg. So like I mentioned in the last set, push down through that front heel and breathe out, brace your core in that kick. That's gonna help you engage your glute, fire the core canister, and then make the kick forceful. Obviously not too forceful, you want it nice and balanced, but something powerful that's really gonna engage those quads. One more. All right, now up down planks. So we're gonna come down, starting in a high plank, hands under shoulders. You can do it on your knees or toes, feet wide, let's go. So you go down into your hover, up into your plank, switch sides. So we're going to alternate the arm that you're moving down and up with. So it's a shoulder burner, it's an ab burner. It's also gonna keep that heart rate up. Now, what I want you to pay attention to, where are your hips? They should be lower than shoulders. Your abs should be tight when you're here. Everything should be square to the floor, and your goal should be to try to minimize movement through the trunk. Exhale and breathe. We're going back to the beginning. Round 2, you ready? Alternating knee pull downs. Take a breath if you need, pause, and come back when you're ready. But we are starting again. So the next round, we know the moves. Your goal now is to go bigger. Maybe you get more reps in, maybe you go a little bit faster. But whatever you do, hang on, stay with it. And if you need more breaks, take more breaks. That's always an option. Really get that crunch as you pull the knee in. Let's get one more. All right, we're gonna move on now to that inchworm plank. So end of your mat. Breathe, let that heart rate come down and crawl forward. Remember, through the squat, heels down every time you come through that squat. So all these moves are upper body, lower body, core focus. So we're integrating all the big muscle groups, and that's what's gonna drive that heart rate up, get us that metabolic boost. But it doesn't mean we've got to jump. We haven't done one thing where we're jumping or bouncing. You can still get a good cardio workout even without impact. Okay, now we're moving to that squat with the calf raise. Option to take the arms up as you squat. Exhale on that calf raise. Shoot the hips forward and up. Come onto those toes if you can this round. Drop slightly lower. That's gonna slow you down a bit if you go lower, but you're gonna get more range of motion working those big muscle groups. I'll show you from the side here again. Shoulders back and down. Chest stays up, back long and straight. Woo, bear squat. 3 minutes left, you guys. Hands under shoulders. We're gonna start in that plank. Exhale, knees, feet about hip width apart. Push back into those hips. Shoot forward. This time, a little more power as you shoot forward. It's like you're gonna jump. Really use that bending at the knees to get the hips ready and powered up to drive forward. Use your glutes, squeeze your butt. Brace that core. 30 seconds, it's not a long time, but it's enough to really feel that heart rate shoot up. Okay, now we're coming to that lunge and front kick. So we're starting with the right leg, 30 seconds, and then we'll switch to the next round. All right, let's go. Lunge and kick. So make sure that front thigh is coming parallel to the floor every time, so that when you come up, you keep that burn in that front leg by pushing down, driving out of that heel. It's okay to hinge forward a bit. You don't have to be totally upright like this. In fact, that's pretty unnatural, but you don't want to round your back. Keep that posture lifted. Okay, lateral bear crawl. Oh boy. This one I think is one of the harder ones for me. Tuck those toes, especially if you move at a faster pace. But again, don't feel pressure to move as quickly as I'm doing it. I do these all the time. It takes some coordination because you're moving opposite hand and foot. If you see, opposite hand, opposite foot, opposite hand, opposite foot. So it takes a little practice to find the rhythm. And again, alignment is the key. Knees low to the ground, hands under shoulders. Ooh, okay. Lunge with the front kick this time, right or other leg. Your left leg, my right. I will never not get confused about the opposite thing. I always try to mirror, so I do the opposite. So again, If you're hinging forward, don't drop your chest. Keep that long, straight back. Drive down and out through that front heel. Squeeze your butt. Keep getting low. Keep targeting that 90-degree range. We're getting close, you guys. One more interval left after this one. Whew. Okay, up, down planks. Let's finish strong. Starting in that plank, hands under shoulders, feet hip width apart. Exhale, find that strong plank. Down and up, let's go. So first things first, find stability. Butt down, square to the floor. Shoulders come over the wrists. When you're here, you wanna make sure you maintain that good alignment all the way through. If you're rocking, your butt's lifting, drop to the knees, or just take a break. Nearing that finish line, let's get one more in. Always trying to get one more rep. Whew, even if it means you go past the clock. I do that a lot. All right, thank you guys. Good grief, that was tough today. But we're gonna keep leveling up because we're in the last few days of the challenge. So if you guys have any questions, let me know what you've thought so far of the plan. What challenged you the most? What workouts you've enjoyed the most? And be sure to stay tuned for the last third. We're gonna continue to build on some of the workouts and exercises we have done, but again, level up and make it more challenging. So we've got lower body, upper body, more core, HIIT, and yoga coming up. So I'll see you guys back here for day 11.